Everyone is familiar with Tekken's vibrant modding community. Some people look at it and think, wow, all of those guys are gooners and they create nothing but the goon mods. But honestly, that doesn't speak to the level of skill that these guys truly possess. So many great mods are created, and gooning is just one small part of it. It's a part of it, but a small part of it. I don't know all of the modders, but this one modder in particular is doing great work. They create so many amazing outfits, from ideas that are just totally original to also adding in other characters, but then also you have just straight up original outfits being put into the game. This is a big request from players, is that some of these more iconic outfits that was in base Tekken 7, base Tag 2, base Tekken 6, where are they in Tekken 8? We are a year and a half in the lifespan and Kazuya has only gotten one fit. Where's the other outfits for characters? It's crazy that it takes this long, but also I know why it takes this long. When you see all of these different mods being put into the game and you compare it to what the Tekken developers are doing, it could seem like the Tekken developers are being lazy or they're being slow, but that isn't the whole truth. There's not as many Tekken developers that works on outfits as there is people who work on mods. Just for an example, let's say there's about 100 people who make mods. This was explained to me by a developer. 100 people who makes mods. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for each person to create and finalize their mod. When you look at that month, you're going to have 100 people dropping things each month because it all takes them 3 weeks to do it. But then when you look at the Tekken team, it's probably like 5, maybe 10 of those guys. Those guys have to test it a little bit more, as we see with the swimsuit bikini that glitches out like crazy. That's quite possibly one of the first outfits to have done that. So you can see how much testing and labbing they have done to make sure that these outfits work naturally, right? And that's part of the reason why mods are able to put out these outfits much faster than Tekken. But regardless of that fact, we still would like them to pick up the pace a little bit. The quality has gotten better, but now pump up the speed a little bit. The reason why I'm talking about this conversation surrounding mods is because stage mods was a big part of Tekken 7. I was speaking to a modder who was saying with Tekken 8, so far these guys have only been able to do modded outfits, but they're finally starting to figure out and crack the code on how to do stage mods. As you can see here, a modder is basically creating a stage. You can see how complex it all is. They are finally putting together the assets to bring back an iconic stage like Mishima Dojo from Tekken 7. What's also cool about mods as well is the same thing that they do for outfits, where they bring back iconic outfits. They also do the same thing for stages, where you have Mishima Dojo, Moonlight Wilderness. There's so many great things out there that the modders do, and this is why I say Tekken 8 should embrace like a modder support type feature. We know games like Warframe, Minecraft does this, where they allow mods to be submitted and then finalized, approved, and then they can be downloaded from Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam and applied to the game. Whether that be through customization, through a shop where half of the profits go to the modder, half goes to the developer. There's ways of doing this. You have this mod right here that removes the tattoos from Fakuram. You have this outfit from here that is like quite monstrous, but it's Leroy Smith on Kuma. You have this one, which is really awesome, bro. Yoshimitsu's Tekken 7 shark outfit. I was hoping they would give this to him a part of the beach outfits, but they didn't do it. And seeing this become a mod, seeing this ogre skin for Fakuman become a mod, this is just like amazing. And I hope the developers can one day embrace the mods fully and integrate it into the game. But the reason why I'm making this video, I think I said that already. The reason why I'm making this video is because they're starting to do crazy work with the stages. The stages like this one here, Final Sunset. You have a lot of mods like these where they will turn a daytime stage into nighttime. This is something that a lot of people want, a nighttime Yakushima, a daytime, whatever night stage. Basically, in Tekken 7, they gave us many different versions of the same stage, and they kind of do it in Tekken 8, where you have the daytime and nighttime of Heihachi stage and also the New York stage. So people want them to just embrace that a little bit more, and you have a mod here that's kind of tapping into that. A sunset version of the Tekken 8 stage. And then you also have the story mode versions, because those of you who know, most of the stages are in story mode, but they have slight tweaks. I would love to know why the developers don't do this, because you've put a lot of time and effort into these stages. We know a lot of people don't even touch story mode, so most people won't even be able to experience some of this stuff. And honestly, I think it would be so cool to have that atmospheric change, whether it be in the final round or in just an alternate stage period. But something like that, so players can like continuously appreciate these stages. Because in Tekken 7, it was crazy. The modders, they like fully unlocked everything that you could do with that game, and they started to put out crazy mods. Like this one here, you see a Minecraft stage. You see, this is I can't remember what game this is, but this is like a Tekken 5 or something stage brought in Tekken 7. This is now what we're going to be able to do with Tekken 8, because the modders are like, they cracked the code basically. You can see how crazy and chaotic and unique the stages in Tekken 7 was. This Dragon Ball Z mod for Infinite Azure was super viral. So the most recent breakthrough in terms of modding comes from this person here, Above Human. This person was a very good modder in Tekken 7. I mean, look at this stage. You have a giant pyramid in the background, statues, moonlight shining through, characters. This stage is crazy. But also keep in mind what players say about the Pac-Man stage. Is this stage overdoing it and overshadowing the characters? Maybe. But this stage is still beautiful regardless. You can see the layers here and how deep into the details this person has went. Like the statues, the pillars, the reflective light. This probably will blow out so many people's PCs. And on the topic of that, when you look at how many mods are in Tekken 8, it's funny because the current mods, most of them are potato versions. It turns down the graphics, it removes the NPCs, it just gives you a very stripped down, bare bone version of the stage, because some people's PCs can't run Tekken 8 normally. So you can just see how important mods are to PC culture, but just also to gamers, right? And this is why when Bandai Namco, in that brief moment, probably like a year ago, tried to attack mods, this is why people fought back so hard against it, because, you know, mods is so massive. You know, people use this to make their game more optimal, to fix bugs, to fix glitches, right? It's not just about, you know, outfits and stages, but that's a big part of it as well, right? You have this one, which was really fire. This one inspired so many of my ideas in terms of what I want out of a Tekken stage. I think a neon like club, like dance floor type vibe for a Tekken stage would be fire, and I'm surprised they haven't did it yet. One thing I will say about Tekken is that I do like the stages that they have in Tekken 8. The Tekken 8 stages are really awesome. They're really unique. I want them to push it a little bit further in terms of mechanics like they did with the Pac-Man stage, but the visuals, I mean, it's beautiful. One of the newest mods we have for a stage is this one. Above Human says, my first fully custom stage for Tekken 8, and this is a Egyptian style stage. The lighting here is immaculate. The scenery is beautiful. The depth, the variety is awe-inspiring. This picture blew everyone away, and so many people were talking about, why can't the developers achieve this level of like dynamic? You also have to wonder, why don't Bandai Namco give people like this a job? We know they're short on staff. We know they're you know, struggling to meet deadlines and things of this sort. But I mean, you have an army of modders out there, one who you can hire and become true developers. We know that Tekken did that before with Nakatsu and Michael Murray. Those guys said themselves that they started off as players, but then was hired to be developers. Do that same thing with the modders, or at least, you know, allow them to have some type of creation abilities. You know, once again, submitting mods for approval, those mods can be downloaded, because this stage here looks fire. Like the way that it goes from, like, you see, have the daytime, you have the sun, and then I don't know what side, it's like the back side, but it has this like, you know, cool like underground level. I know, looking at this in photo mode and just looking at all the symbols on the wall, looking for all of the gods, looking for just all different aspects of this would be so fire. You even have the pond at the bottom with the fishes inside. This is just a level of detail that you kind of don't see with Tekken. Now, I know the Tekken stages are really expensive, and this stage would be really expensive, but I mean, at the same time, how did this person achieve it? If you guys download mods, be sure to check them out. There's many other modders out there. I can't, shout out all of them. So I would just link the website down below that I know of, and then you guys can go and support those guys.